welcome to this week's episode of the Movie Dump Podcast.
That song was horrible.
Yes, it was.
Just saying it.
Yeah,
It was.
Bad.
bad song.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Movie Dump, where we ask the important questions in life, like why do people park in the roadway and road in the parkway?
Are you stealing my shtick?
Damn, yeah, he just stepped right in there and just stole it from you.
I think
Welcome to the Movie Dump, where we've known about Biba Fever since it was known as syphilis. Beat that, Nick.
that was
Beat that, Nick.
I screwed the opening joke up anyway.
Yeah,
It was bad.
yeah. So this week we watched another Asylum film entitled Mega Python vs. Gatoroid.
Yes, Mega Nick versus Gatoroid.
Butt cream versus hemorrhoid.
I can't top that.
Neither can I. Scott, you win.
Alright, I'm on a good
This is
roll
what
today.
it'll be. This will be the theme. It'll just be Nick and Scott fighting each other throughout this entire thing.
Yes, yes,
A battle of quick wits.
That's right.
Or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
yes.
And actually, and going to the theme of the movie, since Ben is starred in the podcast, he's gonna die.
What?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes.
Crap, that's
Spoiler alert right off the
didn't-
bat there.
By a giant Scotteroid.
It's by a giant Gatoroid.
Consumed by hemorrhoids.
Yes. As this movie goes, it kind of breaks monster movie or disaster movie law of the star living.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Both of the stars of the movie died.
Dead.
Yep, died.
Dead.
Yep,
Eaten alive.
Yep.
Well, I guess they did get eaten.
yeah. And they were alive.
Yeah.
So
So
they
Yeah.
were.
I always forget which one is Tiffany and which one is.
Tiffany's the redhead.
Okay, and who's the other one?
The other one
Deborah
is-
McMichael.
No, Deborah Gibson.
Okay.
Deborah Gibson.
Same thing. Yeah, and Deborah gets eaten by a snakehead, a
Yeah.
disembodied snakehead.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I wonder how that worked, because logistically, if the snake ate her and it was a disembodied giant snakehead, when the snake swallowed her, she just would have come out the other end.
Well, you saw her floating in the water there at the end, just broken into two pieces.
Yeah, it didn't really.
So
eat
it
her,
probably just went, like you said, in the mouth and out the back of the neck hole there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And chomped into half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We could say that Deborah Gibson went right through it.
What?
I'm sorry, they were going somewhere. I just don't remember.
Was
where it
that
going.
supposed to be like one of her the song titles from one of her songs?
No.
If it is,
80s?
if it is, then that was extremely successful. But considering
I
I
don't
don't
think
really
it
know
was.
any of her songs,
I don't think it was.
I
We'll
went
just go-
right through it.
Scott, why don't you hit us with the synopsis of this film?
all right. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Because it's a doozy.
Okay.
Okay.
Because there's a crisis in the Florida Everglades as giant pythons are threatening the alligator population.
And?
Okay.
Are threatening the alligator population.
Is that
Alligator?
Is
Is it like Gallagher and alligator? He's smashing watermelons.
Well,
giant
if-
mutated watermelons.
Yeah.
So that's the whole synopsis right there.
Melanoids.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
Well, I guess that pretty much does sum it up.
let me get this straight. There's a crisis in the Florida Everglades.
Right.
Yes.
All right. A big problem that I had was this movie was shot and filmed in California,
Yes.
around the LA area,
Yeah.
which is obviously apparent at some points in the movie when you see that there are fucking mountains in quote unquote Florida.
Right.
It was a quarry.
It was a fucking mountain.
Why
You could
would the
see the mountain landscape in the background.
Why would the movie lie to us? They said it was a quarry. I'm just taking it that it's a quarry.
Okay.
It's a quarry.
And they don't say that it's a quarry until like towards the end. They're like, "Oh, let's go back to the quarry." Like,
Going in the theme of the movie, I'm going to side with Scott on this one because he's the Gatoroid and I'm the Super Python, and we join forces to eradicate you.
and I'm
Yeah.
Deborah Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Uh-huh.
Great.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Because your boobs aren't big enough to be Tiffany.
What was funny about this movie also is like it's Megapython versus Gatoroid, and they weren't really fighting each other very much in this.
Like they were fighting each other at the beginning of the movie.
Well, they weren't even doing that. They were just, it was just nature.
Well, here,
Yeah,
snake ate eggs.
It really is pretty much exactly how it is down the Everglades as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And everything got big. And
Well, here we have here's a soundbite kind of explaining how Megapython and Gatoroid came about. Here you go.
Mega soundbite.
Are you sure about this? Creating bigger, stronger gators to eat the snakes?
The balance of nature must be preserved, okay?
So give me another dead chicken.
I mean, what's crazy about this? We're just feeding steroids to gators. There's nothing crazy about this. What could go wrong?
There you go.
Yeah, so it's just big fish, little fish almost, if you think about it.
Yeah, it technically is, but that's the stupidest reason to. How are we going to get rid of these pythons that are eating the alligators and attacking everyone and killing them? Let's make mutant gators. Let's just chalk them up with steroids.
Yeah, I'm not
inject
quite...
chickens with steroids and feed it to them.
Sounds like a great idea. I mean,
yeah, and apparently this took only 6 months for all of this to come about.
Hey, steroids works fast, man.
Apparently,
it gets them big and bulky and makes their winkies go very small. That's why you couldn't see balls on any of the gators.
Yeah,
because they were all shriveled up. Because they were all steroided up.
Yeah. So they fed they fed the steroid injected chickens to the gators. The gators laid the eggs. The pythons ate the eggs of the gators, and which in turn turned the pythons and the gators into big giant mutated creatures that started terrorizing the south
Miami
east section of Florida.
Yeah.
Something like that,
I guess.
Okay,
that's kind of like.
Now, to their credit, they did sort of explain why they grew out of control because why they were while they were in getting the steroids from wherever they were getting the steroids from,
the local high schools.
right. I don't know if you guys have a soundbite. You usually don't let me down, but you have a soundbite of it.
Scott, we have a soundbiteroid.
Thank God.
Soundbiteroid.
Whoa. What's that box?
Look, I don't think I should give you that box yet.
Why?
It's something the university is experimenting with, and it's only taken in small amounts. I don't think you should use it.
Well, what is it exactly?
It's experimental, okay? But the guys on the team won't even take it. What it does is it blocks the proteins that limit muscle growth. They're called myostatins.
So, by taking that, your muscles grow indefinitely?
Yeah.
Don't worry, Manny. We'll be very careful with this.
All right, so yeah, that apparently explains why they just kept growing and growing and growing,
and there
was growing and growing and growing.
So that one guy that was the doctor in here, he just kind of showed up, out of the blue, I think.
Yeah. Well, one I guess it was the deputy or sheriff's or park ranger or whatever. What was their actual placement in the law?
I think they were supposed to be Florida Wildlife Park
They're park rangers.
Yeah,
okay, all right.
Which I guess the park rangers aren't as a official capacity.
Now, do park rangers carry guns too?
Yes, they deal with the wildlife.
Okay,
they're actually supposedly got the same jurisdiction as state cops, I think.
Okay,
really?
At least that's the way the Illinois DNR guys work.
They can write you a speeding ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of embarrassing to get pulled over by a park ranger. If I have to admit, if a park ranger lit me up, driving down like a road, I don't think I'd pull over. I'd just be like, whatever.
What would be more embarrassing, park ranger or a Texas ranger?
Park ranger.
Park ranger. Yeah.
Yep.
What were we talking about anyway? Getting pulled over by a park ranger
or a Texas ranger?
Well, we were talking about the rangers and how the older lady ranger was saying that they needed that Diego guy or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know why they needed him.
Yeah, he was some sort of doctor. I think she explains it here. We'll just play the soundbite for it here.
Is this a mega soundbite or a?
It's just a fucking regular
soundbite.
soundbite.
Look, I've got this friend, Sylvie, from the church, and she has a friend in the Appalachian Indian tribe. He swears that he can help us kill the snakes.
I don't want some witch doctor.
No. He's a herpetologist, Dr. Diego Ortiz. He's written books, had been on Oprah. He can help us.
There are no regular sound bites in this, Ben. There's none. They're all
giant,
supersized.
hopped up.
I've injected the soundboard with steroids, so
That's why it's looking more bulky today, and the buttons are tinier.
that's
And it
right.
tried to
Yeah.
eat me twice. So.
So Diego comes, and apparently now he's running the show. But then halfway through the movie, people stop listening to him because there hasn't been an attack in 6 months, even though they've been growing bigger and bigger and bigger.
And no one's
And
seen
bigger
it.
and bigger and bigger.
And no one's seen
And
it.
bigger and bigger and bigger. And bigger.
And no one's seen it at all. It was like it was like they were the chupacabra, or you know what, they should have called it chupacabra versus
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to make, a sci-fi movie too, and I'm copywriting this immediately.
Yeah. We were talking about this during the
Jellyfish apocalypse, where jellyfish breed out of control, fill up the ocean, and contaminate Earth's drinking water.
and everybody was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We just won't go in the water." But then the jellyfish crossbreed with an eagle, so they can
And
start
turn
flying.
Jelly eagles with tentacles.
Jeagles?
Jeagles.
Jeagle.
They turn into Jeagle. It's Jeagleocalypse.
I think
And then the Air
they're-
Force gets confused and thinks they're like UFOs.
99 Red Balloons plays.
Yeah.
I think what I like about Asylum films, all you have to do is take anything at all, and just make it big.
Yeah, we covered that in the last. Well, what was the last one?
Transmorphers.
Okay,
Did we talk about that?
no, we covered that in Sharktopus. But I mean, it's
Yeah, well,
it's kind of the
they
same
just kinda
idea. It's
crossbreed
kind of
things,
they're the
yeah.
same.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Like this
it's
one-
Walmart versus Target.
Yeah,
it's the
you
same
can
exact
make
thing.
it's a giant candle versus a deadly giant can opener. I don't know. Those are just two things that popped in my head.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll watch it.
yeah, why
Opening
not?
a burning can of whoop bass.
Oh no!
Now I have to give
Starring
this.
singer-songwriter Mickey Dolenz.
I have to give this movie credit. It wasn't terribly bad.
Yeah,
It
honestly,
was. It kept my attention. There really wasn't any dull moments, and right away they got right into the story, and just it was go. There was small parts here and there, but that was needed. You didn't want it to be like completely pedal to the metal the whole
Right.
entire way.
Yeah, I
It's
do
not
have
fucking
to.
Crank.
I do have to say this was like a pretty much a kind of a guilty pleasure movie, and it really wasn't that bad.
No,
It's just
it wasn't.
The
No,
CGI sucked.
We did go into this, sort of.
horribly.
Yeah, thinking it was going to be junk, but
Yeah,
it really,
because
it
you
really
look at
wasn't bad.
Yeah, you look at the title of it, and I guess this is like a spinoff of Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus because Deborah Gibson was in that one as well.
Yeah, but they also made a Mega Python movie and a Gatoroid movie.
Yep.
So
Yep.
now they just put the two together to make another movie.
Yeah.
And also their movie poster, DVD cover, whatever you have here, is pretty badass looking.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
though they never really fought in the downtown metropolis area.
No.
And I don't remember military vehicles getting involved.
No,
Like these
there was
Humvees.
no military presence whatsoever. It was just the
Fuck
civilians.
it.
It was like it was the park rangers and a couple
Some
of
of the
civilians.
Everglades. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah. Even when they were like downtown, there was like one lonely helicopter that
Well-
was circling around picking up people. That was it.
The amount of there was maybe like 5 minutes worth of full carnage in this, I think. Like
Yeah,
in a
where they
downtown area.
escaped into the city,
And
area.
it
Which
was
was
sweet ass
awesome.
carnage. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the
a fucking python ate a train.
it ate a train, and it wasn't like it like a train was traveling by and it bit it in the middle. It
No,
was like
it
was
laid
like
down on the fucking track and
Yeah.
just open mouth and
yeah, and just
Yeah,
ran right
ate it all.
through.
It was
Why do the work when the train's momentum can do it
Exactly.
I know it ate
Exactly.
the train.
It pretty much deep throated
for
the
you? And
train.
it also ate a gas station or a tanker truck or something.
Yeah,
Whatever
it did.
It ate
It-
something that
it ate-
exploded. That was awesome too.
And a blimp.
And
of course, what happens when it bites the blimp, it treats it kind of like a little balloon. The python hangs onto it, so it's like the little
and right there,
python's hanging on,
sort of
flinging
spins
all
around out in the distance.
And what's great about it, because that really kind of sealed the deal for me about looking at it going, okay, they know this is campy and they're just going along with it. The blimp said fucking the Asylum on it.
Yeah,
it had the logo of the company right there.
Yeah, the production company.
So and that right there is just letting you know we know this is campy. We know the CG looks shitty, and that's what we want.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that I think that's where I got past the whole part of going, this is CG is shit, but other than that, it's good.
I kind of never thought I'd say it where I saw an Asylum film that I liked, and I wouldn't necessarily say I really. Well, I didn't know I liked this.
I liked it. It was interesting.
It
was very interesting.
It wasn't awesome or like anything like that, but it wasn't bad. It was really campy. They knew what they were doing. They were like, oh, let's camp it up. Who gives a shit? We'll give the CGI department a raise of like $50, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, it's sort of hit or miss with sci-fi.
There was one thing that let me down about this film.
What was that?
Very much so. Throughout this film, they were talking about a monkey.
Yeah,
and I really thought there was going to be a monkey in it.
Yeah,
and there was, but there wasn't. There was, but there wasn't.
Yeah,
it was the monkey you weren't thinking.
It wasn't a monkey I was thinking of.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't a monkey,
but it was a monkey.
But it was a monkey.
What monkey are we talking about, you guys? Singer-songwriter Mickey Dolenz, which I made reference to earlier in the podcast. Yeah, it was a monkey. It was in here.
That's how our podcast just sort of come full circle,
Which it really kind of reinforces, I think, their idea of how to make an entertaining film. They're like, okay, we need some CGI, we need some 80s pop icons, and we need some D-list celebrity to show up and get eaten by
someone that no one will remember.
Yeah.
But when they see him, they're like, hey! And all the music just starts coming back.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that I recognized him when he showed up, actually. Like,
I think we all did.
Yeah, we're like, hey,
we all just started singing, hey, where are the monkeys?
We did not start singing.
I did.
Soundbite.
Hey, we're the monkeys, and people say we monkey around.
I screwed that up because that was supposed to be a soundbiteroid.
Oh, well, who cares?
Monkey-roid.
Monkey-roid.
Monkey bite.
Monkey bite.
Monkey bite.
And he gets fucking eaten, too.
He does.
Like, right before he's about to sing one of his songs.
Yeah, so, like, they didn't have to pay him for
royalties or something.
Yeah. Like, fuck it, we'll just have him get eaten.
Yeah, we'll just act like he's about to...
There was a funny scene in this also, I think. I forgot the doctor's name again, but...
Denko?
Yeah.
Diego.
Diego, yeah, Dr. Diego.
It's close, Danko Diego.
Dr. Diego Ortiz. He like storms his party that Tiffany and Deborah Gibson are in.
Jeez. You mean the one where they're out fighting in the middle of the water?
Yeah, which this is something they almost kind of did in Sharktopus also. Almost kind of like random guy just runs in the party, like, everybody, you gotta leave! Like, oh my god! And they all panic and run away.
Yeah, well, at least in this movie, they all panicked and listened to him. And Sharktopus, they're like, everyone, you gotta leave! And they're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
What we gotta do is watch another one of these and see if that same line is used in every one of these films.
You know, the one line that I was looking forward to, which they kind of said it, but not, at the beginning of the movie, they had these hunters that were wanting to go into and hunt. They wanted to get their permits to hunt gators because I guess it was gator season.
Somebodyroid.
Hey, listen. What about our permits?
Look, I told you guys before, and the USGS confirmed it. The gator population is down. No permits this season.
Well, hold on. I got my money right here, and the law says first come, first serve. I was here first.
He was here first.
Yeah, we got a legal right to hunt them gators.
Two-piece, you can't stop us.
If I don't give you those permits, you can't hunt. Unless you all want to go to jail.
We don't want to go to jail.
In there.
That whole thing. And where it's not gator season and they can't get the permits. I was hoping later on in the movie she would just say, boys, it's gator season time, or something like that, kind of bring that full circle, but she didn't. But she did say it was snake season or python season or whatever.
Yeah.
Later on, so
I want to go back to what I thought was funny too.
Yeah,
go ahead. That was the one thing that was funny with Dr. Ortiz. He comes in and says that, but he's like, okay, if anybody, well, here, mega soundbite.
Anyone else with a weapon should get it out. Now!
So right as soon as he says that, everybody in the background just like pulls out a gun out of like nowhere.
Yeah.
And they just start shooting in random fucking directions. Like they don't pay attention
because
to
it's
anything.
Florida.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's why.
Concealed carry. We got it.
I think it was right before they all pull it out. When he says, "If anyone has a gun, now is the time to pull it out." And I just said, "Watch, everyone's going to pull it out because they're in the middle of the Everglades." And sure enough, everyone, grandma and little Timmy over in the corner, they all had fucking guns.
You got to bring a gun to a rockin' Everglades party.
Yeah,
it's for your own safety.
Yeah,
it was
someone else might have a gun.
It was like a party in the ghetto.
Yeah, it was.
Ooh.
No, it wasn't. No,
I apologize to all our ghetto listeners.
All right, so back to Mega Python and Gatoroid.
They weren't in the ghetto.
There was a nice fight scene. There was a lot of actually scenes on this that I think we could easily throw up on our brand new YouTube site. Which I don't even know if you can call it a YouTube site.
No, it's just our YouTube page. It's where we're throwing up some of the
silly, weird clips.
Yeah, we're putting all of our. Well, we've said this before, but we're putting all of our trailers up there for the movies that we watch, just to get you guys more interested in it, and then some of the scenes that we talked about, because some of them, it's interesting listening to it, but you got to see it too.
There was a really shitty catfight scene too.
Yeah,
I mean that could easily go up there, but I'm sure that's already up on YouTube somewhere.
Probably,
so go
but it's
watch
not
it.
On the movie dump.
No, go watch
now it is.
Yeah, because we put this crap up here so you can share a little bit of our pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't like to suffer.
Well, I don't know that scene wasn't all that painful.
No.
I mean,
that
was
this
kind of nice.
This movie was actually, I dare say, very nearly action-packed.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff going on.
Well, in that catfight scene, go back and look at it, because that scene displays Tiffany's really shitty tattoos.
Well, not just that scene. Like, whenever she's wearing shorts, there's a couple scenes when she's in the park ranger office or whatever it's called, and she
does have very randomly placed tattoos.
Yeah, they're like randomly placed, like butterflies or mushrooms or something.
It's like she went crazy at a decal tattoo shop and
Yeah.
just put them everywhere, all over.
Like it's sort of weird. You look at it and you're like, are those individual tattoos or are those part of a bigger tattoo that I wouldn't mind seeing more of?
That's not finished, or is it just like mud splattered on it?
Yeah.
It was weird. All the vehicle scenes. I would have to say the vehicle scenes. Helicopters and
those sucked.
Those sucked because you could see the
green screen was horrible.
Oh God, yeah, you could see like the artifacts and some of the green particles still around the edge of the windows on their hair, and you could see that where they were trying to like blur it in.
Yeah, and there was. I think they had this problem with Transmorphers also, like the bad green screen, but also everything was like super saturated. Like it was really saturated. All the colors were really just.
It looked like they almost went the opposite route of what CSI Miami does, where it's very orange, bright type of color that
they just took like the saturation slider and moved that all the way to the right.
Like, it looked like they had someone that was doing color correction that was like, oh, I could give it a CSI look and just bump the saturation because
it was
the green and the foliage just looked totally unnatural.
Yeah.
Everything was just very blown out.
Yeah. All the flora and fauna was incorrect.
Yes.
And there was a mountain.
There was a fucking mountain in the middle of Florida.
It was a quarry.
It was not a quarry.
They said it was a quarry. I don't know why they lied.
No, it was... Because they don't know that there's no mountains in Florida.
Again, I'm siding with Scott. It was a quarry.
Yep.
Soundbite.
Oh, yeah? Where is this big snake?
It's in my pants. You want to see?
Looks more like a lumbricus turistris to me.
Oh, what's that? Some kind of big old anaconda?
Earthworm.
Shut up.
Don't just try and use a soundbite to get out of an argument, Ben.
That's twice. You lost the freaking quarry argument by freaking soundbite and you're way out of it.
Hey.
That's very juvenile.
It works.
Yeah.
It works. It works.
Can I talk about something else?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it about the movie or not?
That's why we're here.
So I had this thing on my leg the other day. I had to squeeze it.
Did it look like a quarry?
Like all this weird like pus came
What
out
the
of
fuck
it.
does this have to do with the movie?
No. Just
Why are you starting talking about this? We need to talk about the movie.
I couldn't think of anything.
Is there
else to
anything else about the movie?
I'm sure there is.
How did they resolve the situation?
I don't remember.
They blew up everything.
I was playing Scrabble.
That was another thing that sort of annoyed me. Where they mentioned that they couldn't fly near the whatever nuclear power station that was.
Mega soundbite it.
Is that the Turkey Point nuclear facility?
Yeah, we gotta steer clear of that. We gotta stay as far away from that as we possibly can.
Yeah, that thing right there.
And we'll put that scene up online as well.
I guess.
Yeah, but because that's a visual, they have to see that.
Okay.
Yeah. Which obviously, if you're looking at it,
that's true.
Coal power.
Yeah, that is not a nuclear power plant.
I played enough SimCity in my life to know that that's not a nuclear power plant.
Yes, I've watched enough Simpsons to know that that's not a nuclear power plant.
Yeah, and what's funny is they made mention we gotta stay away from there. So what do? We're thinking, they obviously are gonna have to go there. Some shit's gonna happen. And Scott, you mentioned something that you really hope that there was gonna be nuclear
Python
Gatoroid coming out of this thing because it got plutonium poisoned or something.
They set it up so well too because there was they say, we can't fly over there, then the plane crashes. Oh crap! Now we can't lead them where they're supposed to, and you're like, there's a nuclear power plant right over there.
Yeah, they just didn't go.
They're going to use it, and they didn't.
Stupid.
Bad form, sci-fi. Bad form.
Yeah.
Well,
way to not follow through, jackasses.
What's better than regular clouds? Mushroom clouds. And who really likes Miami anyway?
Hey.
So,
except for Ben.
No, I don't really care for Miami.
Yeah.
Do we have any write-ins this week?
No, because I didn't know we were going to do this movie. So
yeah, this one kind of
I didn't spam anyone.
This one kind of was like a surprise. It was one of those
the movie pop. We were going to watch something else this week and we couldn't get it at the last minute.
Yeah,
so we're like, who check the DVRs? What do we have?
Yeah, and I was like, I already have this one set up, so let's just watch this.
Yeah.
So
surprise! You guys have forgotten about the totally awesome ending in this movie.
Oh yeah, the last line right after Tiffany and Deborah Gibson died.
Yep.
It cuts to I guess 1 year later with Dr. Diego Ortiz.
That's what Ortiz says is 1 year.
And
later.
this is the line that that Ortiz says. Nick?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was trailing off again. What am I supposed to...
Just hit the button.
Which one?
That one right there.
Oh,
God damn it. Soundbite.
And so, here we are, a year later, to celebrate this beautifully restored estuary. A project so important to the future of the Everglades. This estuary will preserve the Everglades for centuries to come. And it is fitting that we dedicate it in the names of those heroic women who gave their lives to save this park. To save this city. A city that each of them, in her way, loved so much.
Yeah, so... It was 1 year ago.
It was a year ago today when we
had
a night just like this.
Yes.
Yep. At this very same quarry.
I know you asked for a write-in, and I didn't do any homework and get any, but I do have something that's kind of fun, a funny topic, I think.
Okay, all right.
Discuss. All right, mega cleavage versus SkinnyBones. and of course, as soon as I saw that thread, I'm like, I have to talk about this one.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Prince of New York says, I don't know about you guys, but I'd vote Tiffany. Damn, I know she's chubby, but that rack needs some motorboat and love. I think she has a career in porn or some nude spreads if she thinks about it.
Didn't she do Playboy, you said?
I think she did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You said that you thought she did? I don't know. Yeah. I don't think I've seen that.
Let's look it up.
Oh, okay.
We'll be back in 15 to 25 minutes. That was funny. There was a lot of cleavage in this from what's her name, mega cleavage,
Tiffany. Yeah, there was a lot of scenes where she was just.
Oh yeah, she was boobtastic in this, and I do have to admit, I thought Deborah did look kind of anorexic to a certain extent.
Yeah, she did
a little bit. Yeah,
she was very bony.
Yeah. Now she was actually how the whole movie. Tiffany's the one that's kind of saying it was her fault that this whole breakout occurred.
Yeah.
And right at the last second, when her and Deborah were locked in this container.
Yeah, they just ran and locked themselves.
Yeah, they randomly locked themselves in a container that's in the middle of the
Nobody even explained
quarry.
why the hell that thing was there. They're just
it just had dynamite in there.
Oh, that's where you put dynamite in the quarry, right?
And it had all the gators surrounding it and pythons surrounding it. And
actually, be fair, they were Gatoroids.
Gatoroids and megapythons.
That's right.
There's alligators, and then there's gators that are up on steroids.
Yeah.
This was obviously, the roided up ones.
Okay.
And they were raging.
Okay.
Gatoroid rage.
Soundbite.
It's all my fault.
No, it's my fault. Wait. What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? I did it. I released those snakes into the Everglades.
Bitch.
Yeah, so that's the line that Deborah said, and apparently she was the one that was at fault the whole entire time. So this whole movie, she's the one that's yelling at Tiffany, "You bitch! It's all your fault! It's all your fault!" And right at the end, technically it was my fault because I stole all of the snakes and let them out into the wild.
Well, I
overpopulated the.
I kind of thought they were going to do something like how they both realized they were wrong and they went on to fight a greater cause.
No, they just fucking died.
They just died.
They just died. And Deborah, what a fucking bitch!
Oh yeah.
Every single time she got to a helicopter, she was climbing just a little bit up the ladder, the rescue ladder that they would let go, and then the helicopter would take off, leaving whoever she was with out on the ground to be attacked by the gators or pythons or whatever it was at the time.
Yeah, she did that twice in this movie.
She did that twice.
But she got hers.
Yeah, she got hers right at the end.
Yep.
Right at the end. What was it? Did she just fall? Or
yeah, she fell out of the helicopter
she
or something.
Something happened.
And I was like, oh, she's dead. Which, by the way, that's another really shitty green screen moment.
Yeah, when she was falling.
And you're like, oh, she's going to fall into the quarry. Splash water.
It reminded me of the scene in Psycho where the guy gets stabbed at the top of the staircase and he starts falling back and he's just doing that. That's exactly what it reminded me.
It was like when the one dude fell out of the helicopter in Black Hawk Down, just about a million times less cool.
Soundbite.
Spread the word. It is now snake hunting season.
Good thing you played that because I think Scott was just insinuating that Black Hawk Down was cool.
Yeah,
That's dick, Scott.
Yeah,
I'm going to be on Ben's side now.
Yeah.
What?
You're going to have some pheromones or something and go trail off.
So, those were mountains, weren't they?
They were mountains.
Yeah! Damn it.
I can't believe they fucked up that much. Ben, you're my new best friend.
Yay! Awesome. Let's go get ice cream.
No. I guess there was a big thing in this also they used pheromones to a certain extent, which I thought was kind of stupid. I don't think snakes can really smell, so I don't know how pheromones would attract them.
I don't know.
That worked.
I guess they can taste the air with their flickering tongue.
Well, you really don't know that much about snakes.
No, I don't.
No.
Or gators, really, for that matter.
Well,
all I know is they're huge. They can become really huge or be on a plane.
But there is one thing I do know.
Or a train.
Or a train, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What?
I don't know. I trailed off there again.
You said there was one thing that you do know.
Steroids.
You know...
Nah, I don't really know steroids that much either, I guess.
Okay.
Back in his pro wrestling days, he had...
Mm-hmm. That's right. When I bulked up.
Yep.
When he bulked up. Well, I don't know. I think we're kind of running out. I don't want to carry this on too long. So why don't we just get
running dry. So.
Yeah. Why don't we just get into our final reviews and then we could talk about what next week's.
What are we doing next week?
I think it's Scott's pick. I think it's for.
I'm so out of turn now. I have no idea what's going on.
It's well, you did Bitten last week.
Yeah.
And then we did this one, which is it was just a random one because I couldn't get mine. And I think next week is the leprechaun ones.
Yep.
Yeah. Which we're trying. If you guys have any suggestions of which leprechaun, because Besides the first one, they're all pretty bad.
Yeah. I'm not even going to announce which one I'm going to do because voting will stay open until the last possible minute.
So that means you just have to bring them all.
Well, yeah, I think it's probably going to come up to 2, but
I think
I'll leave
have
it up to the fans.
I could fucking go to Movie Stop. I think they have like a box set with all of them in there.
Yeah,
except like the last one, which is what, Back in the Hood,
in space.
I think
no. I thought the last. The fourth one was in space.
I think they did.
And there was In the Hood, and then the Back in the Hood.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They did another In the Hood one, which makes me wish they went back into space because I thought Back in Space was actually kind of good.
Or just
really,
that was like Back in Time and never did the
Leprechaun
franchise.
in Time.
I don't know. Well,
Leprechaun in King Arthur's Court.
That'd be awesome. Round table.
Okay, that was weird.
It was.
They don't have any shoes to polish back then. They're all snipper things.
No.
Yeah,
but they do have armor.
And
armor does need good polishing.
Yeah, but they only polish shoes.
Well, they have metal armor shoes.
They're called boots.
Boots, yes.
Okay, fine.
Just throw them at
well, I think we're getting ahead of each other.
Yeah. All right, so let's do our final reviews for this week. And Scott, start us off.
Okay, well, considering this movie wasn't nearly as crappy as I was expecting it to be.
No, it wasn't.
Nope. The only thing I really disliked about this was the CG, which sort of grew on me, actually. Surprise, surprise.
That was kind of weird, because it did kind of grow to a certain extent.
Yeah, you started off and you're like, God, this is so fucking bad. And at the end,
it was bad. But
I didn't quite get to that point. I was like, at the beginning, I was just sort of like, oh, this is awful. This is total crap. Why are they even doing this crappy CG? And at the end, I'm just like,
well, it's kind of
fits,
like
I
I started kind of cheering for the bad CG, like, by the end of it. I think
again,
like,
the blimp. Once the blimp got attacked, that's when
the blimp was freaking awesome.
I just wish there was an Ode to Humanity.
All is lost. All right,
I'm telling you, we're saving that line for Jellyfish Apocalypse, coming to a theater near you.
All right, so
the end of the movie is just a giant fucking blimp-sized jellyfish.
No, and I don't want to give up the end of the movie, but we'll just say that there's a giant space jellyfish the size of the Earth.
This doesn't look like any Earth jellyfish.
Space jellyfish, and it consumes the entire planet, and it's up to the people living on the moon to save the Earth.
No, International Space Station. Go for that.
And their leader is Michael J. Fox.
No, that'd be stupid.
What?
That's stupid.
You're
I don't like that. I'm going back to being.
I'm trying to keep some realism
this.
on this.
Scott, it was a quarry.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you. I always believed in you. But anyway, back to.
But I like that. Like on the International Space Station, they
it's
have
the puppies.
They have
the puppies.
from Space Buddies. There's like a doctor on the International Space Station that was doing experiments on jellyfish that just so happened to be off of planet Earth at the time, and he's the only
Zero
person.
gravity jellyfish experiments.
Yeah.
where they discovered that the mortal enemy of the jellyfish was by creating something called a peanut butter fish, which is 10 times more sticky. And they launched the peanut butter fish past the jellyfish that has consumed the Earth at a high rate of velocity. The peanut butter fish sticks to the jellyfish and off into space into the sun.
Oh, and then in the sequel, it comes back as a toasted peanut butter jellyfish.
Exactly.
It's the most delicious monster of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
People aren't even really pissed off. They're like, the peanut butter roasted jellyfish is like stinging them. They're like, oh my god, it hurts, but it's so delicious.
and when it crashes back on Earth, it lands on a bread factory. So there's that joke there for a while. Peanut butter
and the only thing they can do
sandwich
is get the Marshmallow Man to come out from Ghostbusters and
right.
See,
this movie practically writes
jelly.
This movie practically writes itself, and we have a sequel already lined up. So
this is brilliant.
Coming to a theater near you, Jellyfish Apocalypse.
Yeah. This is pretty good.
Let's do it. Let's get on it.
I haven't given my review.
Peanut butter jellyfish.
Yeah. Finish your review.
Because Jellyfish Apocalypse just sounds way more awesome than my review. But anyway,
finish your fucking review so we can get on with this. Okay. So we can go right Jellyfish Apocalypse.
Jellyfish Apocalypse. Oh man, that just tickles me in ways that I should probably be talking about in private. But anyway, so
all right, Nick, it's your turn.
I'm gonna give my review.
You're never gonna give it.
It was a quarry.
It was the quarry. But yeah, so yeah, basically the CG was crap, but it sort of grows on you. The plot, I dare say this was action-packed. It was cheesy, but it wasn't boring. And for that, the fact, yeah, and there's also good acting, to a certain extent.
Nah.
For sci-fi, it was good acting, I'll say that. But just because it didn't totally suck, and it is watchable, I'm going to give it like a 4.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's good.
Yep.
Nick?
Well, I agree with... I was with you up until a point until you said you thought there was good acting, because I did not think there was very good acting.
I should restate it. I should say it's tolerable acting. It wasn't crap.
You know what? You know what? Fuck you. It was a mountain. It was bad acting.
I just can't believe you anymore. You're waffling on the subject too much.
I will admit, this movie turned out to be more entertaining than I thought it would be. I mean, it was still a shitty movie, but they knew it. I'm at the point where Asylum Films knows that they can't do stuff good, so they're just banking off of their camp. And
they know that it's just pure camp, and
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, and by the end of the movie, I really was kind of cheering for more bad sci-fi stuff and more bad CGI to come through. It's even though the story sucked, it was very fast paced. They got their pacing really well on this. They kept everything moving along fairly decent. So I for lack of a better word, I will say it was action packed, just because I didn't get bored in it at any given time. So 1 being the best, 10 being the worst, I will give this a 4-roid. A mega 4-roid.
So mega 4?
Mega 4.
Mega 4.
4.
4 and a mega 4.
Yeah. 4 and mega 4.
And Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. 4 and Megan Fox.
Megan Foxeroid.
That would be awesome.
Right.
I would watch that. Megan Foxeroid versus, Natalie Portmanoid.
Mega Portman?
Mega Portman.
I like Portmanoid.
Oh, okay.
If you can do fucking jelly peanut butter fish, I can do Natalie Portmanoid.
Oh, come on. I'm hoping there's some sci-fi exec that was listening to that and was like, that is a great idea. I need to call that person up right now.
Well, how would they get in contact with you, Scott?
Why, they would email us. I just totally stepped on Scott's thing there. All right, here, Scott, you can finish it. No, wait, Scott.
No, just do it. Just do it. You already started.
You can email us at youthrewpoo@me.com or follow us on the Twitters at the Movie Dump. Or you can check out our new YouTube page, the Movie Dump YouTube page.
Or Facebook.
I don't even know how to do a URL to that one.
What, Facebook?
No, to the YouTube page.
Go
just type in the Movie Dump.
Yeah, just type in the Movie Dump.
See what happens. See what happens. Maybe something will pop up.
And same thing with Facebook. Just on
you can follow us on Facebook. And we have the Tumblr set up. Moviedump.tumblr.com, I think.
Yeah, I think
something
so.
like that.
Yeah.
God, we got too much shit.
Or just go to our fucking website and all the links are right there.
How the hell are we going to maintain all this stuff? Yeah, just go to the moviedump.com and follow us through that.
Yeah, moviedump.com and everything's right there. It's easy.
All right, Ben, what's your final review?
Too easy.
My final review, action-packed, liked it. CG was shitty, but it's kind of gotten to the point where I believe Asylum Films that's what they're banking off of, so good for them for keeping that going. Acting, so-so. Dialogue, so-so. It wasn't, it's not fucking Shakespeare. But overall, I would have to say a 4. It kept my attention and it was interesting, and I think I would probably watch this again if it was on TV. I wouldn't go buy it, but I would watch it again if it was on TV.
Go out of my way.
I would recommend other people to watch it.
Yeah, I would recommend other people to watch this. Yeah,
just for the campiness of it.
Exactly.
This would be a good
He ate a fucking train.
You could easily do a drinking game to this.
Oh yeah,
easily.
Whenever Tiffany's boobs shake, we take a drink.
It would be fucked up by the end of the movie. They really rocked her cleavage in this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
It was like, I was going to give this a 3, except it was the bad CGI brought it down to a 5, but then her rack brought it up a point to a 4, so that's how I ended up with a 4.
Yeah.
A mega-boobed 4.
So I think this is the... it's 4, 4, 4. So it's an equal total of
Oh my God, we're in agreement.
This might be the second highest film we rated. I think Thanksgiving was the highest.
Yeah, I think Thanksgiving was the highest that we rated.
Surprisingly, this turned out we gave this a good review. I didn't think we were going to do that once we first started watching it.
No,
we were gonna give this a
when I saw the ads for it in mid-January, I'm like, oh, this is going to be fucking awesome.
The Movie Dump. We're such a weird group of reviewing people.
Are.
We really just don't know what we're doing.
We have no consistency.
Yeah.
We watch it, we're like, eh.
You thought we were here to review bad movies.
Yeah.
Well, the joke's on you.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So next week, like we said, one of the Leprechaun movies.
Yep.
You, the audience, let us know. So email us, send us something on Twitter, letting us know which one, or Facebook, or wherever. Just let us know what you think we should review.
If you're a Leprechaun expert, let us know.
Yeah. Let us know which one you think is worse.
But that's Ben, because he's tiny.
He laughs like that.
Yeah.
I just know that I am going to be drinking through this whole podcast next week.
What, for Leprechaun?
Yep.
You have to. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
movie.
it's the
St.
podcast
Patrick's Day
for
movie. There we
St.
go.
Patrick's Day.
That's a good idea. We'll
We
find
need
a
to be
drinking
drinking.
game,
We need to be
and
drinking.
We'll get drunk through the movie dump.
Yeah.
Right.
If you know a good drinking game for the Leprechaun, let us know.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll be able to make it through a podcast.
Yes. So please let us know which one you, the audience, would like us to review.
Yep.
If you don't, well, then fuck you. We'll just pick our own.
As I said, I'm leaving the voting open until basically when we do it. So
yeah, because we'll have all of them there. So we'll just be like, which one did we get? Which one did we choose? So, and since we're Floridians, well, two of us are, the voting is going to be really, really shaky. We'll probably have to do multiple recounts.
Oh, gee, way to call back to something that happened fucking 10 years ago.
It was a quarry, wasn't it?
It was a quarry.
Damn it! All right. Well, until next week, I am Ben.
Oh, hey, yeah, I'm Nick.
Yes, it's that time again.
I'm Mega Nick.
I'm Scott Apocalypse.
Ooh, I like that one. Keep it. And
Scott Apocalypseroid.
Apocalypseroid.
Yes, and this has been the Movie Dump. Have a good week.
Oh, you boys, better stick to the road. There's a wild eagle churning in these woods taking hold. She ain't looking for riches, she's just looking for souls. Don't you think you're gonna get away without being seen? 'Cause that girl's gonna find you, she's a serpentine.